This is episode 40 of the Golf Performance Group podcast, and you're seeing us kind of get set up, some behind the scenes. You've got your host here, Lebronald Palmer. You also have
shit. I was gonna say dad bod. I know that's not it.
the golf bod.
I'm the golf bod here, JJ Wood.
You're a terrible host, and we also
You're trying to make me like somebody I'm not. I'm a dad bod, not a golf bod. So.
And we also have
Taylor Cusack, T-Sack. We're gonna have to let Taylor in on all of these fun secrets.
We will. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna hook him up. So T-Sack, can you do us the honor in introducing our very special guest today, and tell us the origins of how you all got connected, because that's what makes this funny.
Yes,
it is.
We have a very fun special guest, Taylor Funk, and the funny way that we got connected was, I think I actually previously talked about on
hold. Is your fiber optics not working again, or is this just me?
It looks fine on our end.
Okay.
See, this is what I deal with. I can't even talk.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so I got tagged on Instagram saying that I played golf with my dad and it's going to be so much fun. And I'm like, when did I play golf with my dad in a tournament? What? And I'm scrolling through and I'm like, that's not my dad. What? And somebody tagged my name instead of Taylor Funk's name. And he was like, yeah, I think my dad would have rather played golf with you instead of me.
He would have. That's for sure. Yeah.
How'd you play? Was that the father-son or PNC or PCN? What's it called?
That was actually the Big Money Golf Classic. It was like a mini tour event, one-off tournament they put on in Orlando to start the year, and because everyone's searching for places to play right now. So, and my dad signed up for it, I signed up for it, and they paired us together, and it was fun. But he definitely would have rather played with T-Sack than me.
Yeah.
So
how'd you play in it?
I made the cut. I beat my dad. So.
Ooh.
Smoked him. He's getting old and he's still got a lot of game, but it's
no doubt.
It's a lot easier to hit it 80 yards further than him. But we've actually got to play together in a PGA Tour event at the Bermuda Championship for the last 2 years. And the first year we actually weren't paired together, and this year we were. And so now we've played a few tournaments together, and I finally nicked him. So
nice. So welcome to the podcast. Again, this is more of a free-flowing conversation. Think of the vein. We really don't know what we're talking about most of the times, or at least I will say I don't. But I'm good at gambling. JJ is our golf professional, and then Taylor is our celebrity, or T-Sack. So we're just gonna kind of go around the horn. We want to start with an interview with you. Can you explain to us why OU is superior at golf than UT is? That's where I wanted to jump right into.
Hey, starting with the
I'm just playing. There. Come on now. So
yeah,
tell us about your time at UT, etc.
I had a good time at UT. Obviously, we had a really good team. I think we won 9 of 11 events my junior year and got to the national championship. And unfortunately, Bo Hostler got hurt in that semifinal match. We had to play one short in the finals, but my whole time there was awesome. I think we beat OU once in the Red River rivalry game. So, just once.
Once.
Well, you had to play OU in that match play, didn't you? Or was that the year after? I feel like UT and OU have had a matchup in that. And you guys had beaten us the time.
I didn't want to mention that, but I beat Grant Hirschman like 7-6 in the quarterfinals.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
okay.
We kind of put it to OU in that quarterfinal match. But, I had a good time at UT. I stayed 3.5 years, played 3 years, graduated, and I had one more year of eligibility, but I ended up leaving. In hindsight, I probably would have stayed one more year. I wasn't quite ready to turn pro. And but we had a lot of fun. You know how Austin is. It's a fun city.
Yeah.
You can get into a lot of trouble, but it's a great time, great atmosphere. I always wanted to go to a bigger school with a good football program. Unfortunately, we didn't have a good football program when I was there. Charlie Strong didn't really give us what we wanted. But it was a good time.
Neither did Tom Herman. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle.
Coaches.
Yeah, it's been a
and
struggle.
We're watching. Yeah, and we're watching our boy at North Carolina over there.
Kill it.
Yep. So.
Yep.
We'll see what Sarkisian can do. But we had a good time at UT. We had kind of a mixed bag of people on the team, and most of the time we got along well. But we had a lot of good players. So we had a lot of big egos and A-type personalities, and it kind of we got into it every once in a while.
I know Coach Fields a little bit, and I took a visit there when I was transferring, and I'm curious how a coach manages those egos. I was a college coach for a couple of years, and luckily, well, I wish we would have had some good players, but we had some good players. I shouldn't say that in case they listen. We had some really good ones, but we didn't have the egos. But I could see like a Bo Hostler. Who else was on that team?
Well, my class alone was Scotty Scheffler and Doug Gim.
Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, Scheffler was on that. Yeah.
So how did you guys manage that, or were they cool guys and it wasn't hard to manage? How did that work?
I mean, Scotty's my favorite. I love Scotty. We still text back and forth a little bit. But we had Bo Hostler, Gavin Hall, Doug Gim, Scotty Scheffler, Tony Hocula, who's on the Canadian tour. Kramer Hickok was on the team for 1 year while I was there. I mean, we had so many good players, and just to crack that lineup was hard enough.
Yeah.
And then just to manage everyone. It's funny because one of my best friends from the team was on the team when they won the national championship in 2012. He goes, "We were all Texans." And he goes, "Now we got New York, California, Hawaii, Finland, Chicago."
Where did you grow up?
Florida.
Okay.
And so he goes, everyone from Texas kind of got along well. They said they were all going out having fun with Spieth and Gribble. And then we had just so many different personalities. We all kind of got along and competed when we had to, and we kind of did our own thing when we wanted to get away. But we had a great team, a lot of good players, and I enjoyed my time there. It was fun.
So you leave early to turn pro. Can you give us a little idea about the grind, and then also the grind when you add your father's last name as you're attempting to turn pro and all that detail also?
Yeah, it's definitely a grind. There's so many good players now. It's turned into such an athletic sport. Everyone has access to TrackMans and training and gyms and all that. So there's so many good players. I mean, you look at the waste management pre-qualifier for the Monday next week, and it's 800 guys for 18 spots. I mean, it's just, the demand is just crazy right now. But, you just got to be better. I think everyone now is physically pretty equal, and I've learned the hard way that, I can make my swing look as good as it wants to, but if I'm not thinking right out there, it's not going to work. And that's kind of what I'm focusing on now, is the mental side of the game and just fine-tuning some things. But it is a grind. I mean, I'll go play 8 Monday qualifiers in a row, and if you miss one on Monday, you have to figure out what to do for the next 6 days before the next Monday. And then you're stuck in Minnesota or stuck in, some crazy places. And Alexandria, Louisiana, where there's nothing to do. I mean, might as well just go eat crawfish all day. So there's a lot of glamour to it when you're playing well and you're out there, but the process of getting there it is a grind. And living under my dad's name, I'm honored to carry his name. I mean, he's been an awesome guy on the tour. He treated everyone the same, whether it's a janitor or CEO, and I think people have looked up to him that way. He's kind of had fun on the golf course, even though I know deep down he's pretty pissed at himself sometimes. But he hides it pretty well. And, I played in the Bermuda Championship with him this last year, and, you get those comments saying, pack it up, stop living off daddy's money, miss the cut, you shot 78. Stuff like that, but I screenshotted them all and using it as motivation.
Definitely.
Exactly.
See, that's the difference between you and me. I was telling myself that, and I just packed it up and went and got a job for about 6 months. I was like, every time I miss a 5-footer, I was like, God, I could be getting $10 an hour to do something. Like, I got a degree. Why am I out here paying to get my ass kicked?
It's difficult with social media trolls because you always want to make everybody happy and you want to do the best. And you look at your screen and you're like, why is this person saying something negative about me? They don't even know me. Of course, I played bad today. I'm going to play great tomorrow. Like, I have to have the motivation and I have to have the courage to do it. Or if I just quit, they won. That's what they wanted. They wanted me to lose. And now where am I? So
well, most of it comes from jealousy. They don't see the work that I put into it, and
exactly.
I teach recreational golfers every day, and I don't know the exact stat. It was like a Golf Digest article a long time ago, but they said a scratch golfer at your home club is closer to like a 12 handicap or 18 handicap than it is a tour player. Like, they don't realize. I've gone out, and shot an 80 in a tournament, and they're like, I could have done that. And I'm like, let's go keep just your actual score out on your home course. You say you're a 2, and then you get all the variables, the pressure, all that, pin, locations different.
Let's see,
and they just don't have a, and then they don't have the pressure of the livelihood. It's like 10 shots around harder,
Oh, yeah.
So,
and when the pins aren't in the middle of the green and you have to make every 3-4 footer and everybody isn't saying that's good, all of a sudden that's 7 shots right there. But I didn't take it too personally. And, at first I was like, man, there's a lot of these people, because most of the time they're not seeing my scores, and, they're not going to sit there and be like, good job. But
I didn't have to deal with that because no one knew who I was anyway, but I had to report to like my home club, when I'm practicing that, how'd you do? And I just was miserable enough, but when he played good that one time a year, that was great to go back and talk about it one time.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Yes. So let's since you're going to stick with us real quick for the remainder of a few things, since we've got you here and we've talked about going to events and attempting to play your best, and it's different from being an amateur, I want to jump into the worst golfer that I've ever seen who said they were a scratch golfer, Tom Brady, because on the
see,
the
that's where I was
played,
trying to educate him. Like,
I know.
Like Tom Brady is in his element on the football. He may be scratched with his buddies, but you get him on TV with Tiger Woods and
but that's what I want to get to. Hold on. But that's what I want to get to. So, and since we've got Taylor here, this might be a good thing for him also, since he's been on TV, played in these big events. We see what Brady's doing now in the Super Bowl, going to his 10th Super Bowl. Can we compare him to Tiger Woods and what Tiger Woods has done when you look at golf? Like, the comparison of their greatness, can you compare that?
I don't know. I'm not going to say who's better. Obviously, I'd say Tiger because I'm a golfer. But look at his roster top to bottom right now. Do you see how good his roster is right now?
But still, let's not even talk about how good the Bucks can be.
It's hard
Just
to
the fact
compare
that
the
fact that he just went
he's
to
got to play every position.
It doesn't matter. He went to a random team. I just want an idea. So Taylor, Cusack, I'm going to go to you. Can we compare the greatness of Tom Brady now to the greatness that Tiger had over that, protracted period before his back and the scandals and all those details started consuming?
Shit, him winning the Masters last year is like greatness still. I'd say still he's pretty great.
So you say Tiger clearly. What you think, Taylor?
No, you can compare him. It's just hard to compare a team sport guy to a individual. I don't know.
Well, I was telling someone last week before the playoff game, I said, if Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl with the Bucks in his first year, just randomly went to the Bucks and said, I'm going to go to the Super Bowl, let alone just getting to it, his 10th Super Bowl. I think they said he's made over 50% of the Super Bowls.
Yes.
It's like 50%. It's crazy.
And he's the greatest quarterback of all time. Tiger's the greatest golfer of all time, in my opinion. And, Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron are all in that hat in basketball, Gretzky. It's hard to compare different sports, but I think if you put that GOAT title on some people,
that's
Tom
what I'm
Brady's
trying to
got
do.
It. Yeah,
okay.
Tom Brady's the GOAT. Yeah, they've all got – there's a little flock of goats there, and Tom Brady's definitely one of them. They had Jameis Winston last year. He's probably going to be the starting quarterback of the Saints next year, and they went 8-8, 9-6, and this year he comes in and takes him to a Super Bowl. So, and I think he could win it. I mean, you never can bet against him, but
I agree.
You can bet against him. I probably won't, but who knows? But yeah,
I'll just tell you I bet on and pick the opposite because I've never won.
Yeah, don't bet anything that he said. T-Sack, what do you think? Like, can you compare?
I agree with Taylor. I think, Tiger Woods, LeBron, MJ, how do you compare all of that? Because it's a different sport. I mean, they're the best at basketball.
Yeah, it's hard
they're the best at football. They're the best in golf.
Hard.
I mean,
I'm sure go ahead.
It's just difficult. Like, Tiger, go play basketball. Tiger, go play football. Like, they wouldn't compare if you put them in another sport, but golf is such a sport where everybody plays. The other athletes play that too. But Tom Brady couldn't on TV play golf.
If Tiger had the longevity that Nicklaus had, he would be by far, I think, the greatest athlete of all time. For that 6-year span, he was unstoppable. And then
so you're saying it's a longevity piece. So you're saying longevity then is the difference. Okay. That makes sense.
So I don't recommend anyone go watch the HBO 2-part series.
I'm watching it tonight.
Because it was great, but I don't support. They just bashed him. I mean, he had no say in it. But Tiger, I mean, it wasn't. It sounded like they made it sound like his Navy SEAL stuff. They had actual footage of him in the not Ranger School, Navy School, whatever they call it, Navy SEAL School. But they were saying like a part of that week you have to go into combat, and they said Tiger wanted to be treated like any other soldier, like that's going through it, except don't mess with my hands because he needs them to play golf.
Yeah.
But they said they're stomping on his knee, like they think that was a big part of it. Wasn't just his golf swing and his workouts. It was doing stuff like that every few years. And I think it was Tiger. Well, and how they explained it, that was him getting away from. Can you imagine being in his shoes every day? That was him going and he maybe needed that to continue, but
he's an adrenaline junkie. I mean, he was telling my dad some stories. I was sitting in there about him almost dying, free diving, going through a shipwreck. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Tiger Woods.
But that's just what he does, and he loves it, and it's kind of probably created him to be the athlete that he is. That he just wants to push himself in every aspect of life. But I think if he continued that 6-8 year dominance that he had his whole career, he would be the greatest athlete of all time.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does your dad feel? I think you're younger than me. About how old are you? 24, 25?
25.
So I'm 36. So
Dang.
I'd say starting at Breon's age, who's kind of old, but
I'm old.
Like younger than the senior. He's not quite a senior citizen.
I am a senior citizen.
He's in the midlife crisis range, but down to I'd say your age, probably. We would all say Tiger is the best golfer of all time, but now these young guys. When I remember Jordan Spieth was hot, all these kids knew who Jordan Spieth was. They're like, Tiger Woods. I heard he was pretty good. They didn't even realize it. Yeah, how good he was. But would your dad say Tiger or Jack?
My dad,
because he saw both eras, kind of.
Yeah, my dad thinks when Tiger was at his best, he was by far the best. Like, he was better than Jack. But he thinks what Jack did throughout his whole career, winning the Masters at 40 something, whatever he was, which Tiger, I guess, just did too. But but Jack kept going into his 50s and kept playing well. So my dad thinks Jack had a little longer career of greatness and thinks Tiger's great was never going to be touched again.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I would agree.
Okay, so
and I'm just amazed with the Tiger moments. Like, has there ever been an athlete that's had that many clutch,
he changed
to
the
win
sport.
a tournament? Like, he made them every time. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see footage of every winning putt of Jack's career too.
Definitely.
But
definitely.
JJ, by the way, you and I both know how to fix Tom Brady on the golf course. I think that club face is wide open at the top.
That's what I work out with Breon too.
Yeah, that's what I do also. So yeah, I know the feeling. So all right, before we get out of here, Taylor, again, we appreciate you staying. I always give gambling tips. I was winner, runner-up, missed the cut last week. And this week I've got another card for you all for the big event, the Farmers, which I consider the first, true big event to start the year. The other ones were somewhat where I think the players are kind of working out the kinks, trying to make sure they're getting prepared for the bigger events. I mean, you've got guys who flew in all the way from, Abu Dhabi. They had that big event. Now they're here at the Farmers. So this is my card. Y'all let me know what you think. Of course, the event just started about an hour ago. So they're playing now. So I'll tell you kind of where I'm standing now. I personally think this is Tony Finau's year. He's going to get over that Sunday problem that he's got. So he is my A player this week on my card. Tony Finau. Thoughts on y'all for Tony Finau for my A player?
He plays good every week, it seems like. I don't know. It's golf. He's got to, I don't know. He's got to close it somehow. I don't know what the deal is. I mean, Webb Simpson birdied the last two at the Phoenix Open to catch him last year when he should have won. I mean, great chance to win, but it's hard. I haven't won since like junior golf, so I don't even know why you're asking me. Like, I don't even know what you're supposed to do because I can't get there anymore. So.
T-Sack or Taylor, thoughts?
Well, when I think Tony Finau, I just think his poor ankle. That's all that goes to my head now when I think of him. Well, I know.
I don't even want to envision that again.
Yeah.
Taylor,
I saw that on replay on Instagram.
Could you imagine Taylor doing that at the Masters part? Like you're like finally there, and then you just trip and roll your ankle.
Whoops.
Or roll your ankle.
Taylor, one A player, Tony Finau. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a good pick. I don't think he's going to win, but I think there's a top 20 in there.
Okay.
I'm going Xander. You should pick him.
This isn't your picks. These are my picks. So
I think Torrey Pines is the most predictable leaderboard of the year. You look at the last 4 years there, and there's 5 guys that are always there. It's Justin Rose, John Rahm.
That's my next guy is my next guy, because I still had I wanted to sprinkle a little more. Was going to be Justin Rose. So what are y'all thoughts on Justin Rose?
I love his golf swing.
Top 10.
Okay.
Where's he been? Has he been doing better? I don't keep up. I just, see.
I just think guys wait until the Farmers. I think that's kind of what it is. I just think it's one.
No, I mean, has he been playing well? I mean, the past year or so?
Well, last year he kind of struggled some, but I blame everything on COVID last year. I don't look at anything serious. I blame everything on COVID.
Or the Hanma irons. You could blame him on that.
No, I'm blaming COVID. I'm blaming COVID.
It was more the Hanma driver.
Yes.
Have you ever hit those?
No. I just saw the price tag on them and said I'm good.
Okay,
what's the price tag?
Oh, they're
like 20,000 per set.
Yeah, but they're like 2,000 a club.
Oh, yeah, they have like that gold set or something, don't they?
Yeah.
That's stupid expensive.
Why is that?
I think they have more reasonable ones, but that's like their thing. Yeah.
Pass.
Maybe you probably need to DM them, Taylor, on Instagram, see if you can do a photo shoot, and maybe they'll give us some trials.
Yes, we need trials.
Maybe like hair clip and everything.
Yes,
you could get like diamond. You could get like diamond studded ones that are pink or something.
Now we're thinking. Okay, my next player. I went further down this time and I picked Lahiri, Anubhav Lahiri, because he's a great ball striker. And this course, you have to be a decent ball striker. So I just randomly took a flyer because he was like 120 to 1. So thoughts on that pick?
I don't think he hits it.
I obviously haven't kept up with golf enough because I don't know what's going on besides Tiger, DJ, Rory. I'm just like the average bandwagon golf fan.
You're doing a golf podcast, though. You have to keep up.
No, I know, but I don't know who's playing well right now. I mean, COVID, that's why I haven't been keeping up.
COVID. That's his excuse, COVID.
Taylor, what do you think?
I'm making my comeback this year.
You said he doesn't hit it far enough. So your thoughts is I may have made a mistake there?
I don't know how far he hits it, but I don't think he's known to be any very long, and those two courses are.
But he's a great ball striker, though. I mean, he's
a ball go. Yeah, you're right. You need that air is so thick out there. Like people don't realize when you play Pebble or Torrey, like how short your ball goes, or Olympic Club, any of those places.
Yeah, I mean, and
the courses are long.
It doesn't matter how good a ball striker you are if you're hitting 4 iron and other guys are hitting 7.
Now I'm depressed.
Brutal.
T-Sack, let me know.
Brutal.
Did I do wrong? I mean, now I'm hurt.
From
Well,
hearing
just
from
go look up
Taylor,
his
it
driving
sounds like
distance.
you messed up.
Okay, and then my last one. I don't know how I still had money available for him, but Horschel was still available for me this week, and I like his game. I like where he was trending after the last few events. What are y'all thoughts here before we close it out? And then, of course, Taylor, we want you to give everybody your social media and all that information where they can find you. So what are y'all thoughts on Horschel as my last pick?
I hope you win a bunch of money.
Well, T-Sack,
Yeah,
thank
me
you.
too.
A bunch of money would be nice.
Breon never wins anything. Breon
No,
never
I
wins.
won the
No,
first
he
event.
told us. Remember
I
that
won
one
the
day
first
he's
event.
telling us. I was like, why don't you ever talk about the times when you lose? Like he says he's got a balance.
I've got a
sheet or something.
spreadsheet.
You know, he's a
I have a
finance guy.
spreadsheet.
I can see
Yes.
Breon just like on his computer, like typing up his like Excel spreadsheet of like.
I
how
do
much
that.
Yeah, wait,
I'm gonna get
you've
this
been
in.
all over. You've been all about Billy Horschel lately. What's with you and Billy Horschel?
He's consistent. So I mean, I'm gonna
You
go
like
to
that fire? He's gonna be.
Yes.
I mean, he's gonna be passionate out there. So wherever that gets him, you know.
I mean, Taylor, what do you
He's
think?
passionate.
We'll give you the last comment on Horschel. What do you think?
I think he finished top 10 there like one of the last 2 years, so I like it.
Okay, good. See, so now I feel comfortable with those picks. Taylor, again, thank you for joining us. Like I said, you know, we appreciate you coming on. Sorry for the initial OU versus UT, but we got to do it. You know, that's how it goes.
I love it.
I mean, we got to do it.
Yeah.
So give everybody your social, and then we'll have some final comments from T-Sack and JJ before we get out of here.
My Instagram's funk_Taylor and Twitter's tfunk1030.
Nice. And any final comments from T-Sack or the golf bod?
Not to confuse it with at Taylor Cusack Instagram.
Wait, I've got a question. So
way off.
you know, Taylor Funk, since we're on the Taylor train, and a couple weeks ago talked about Taylor Gooch. So so if us three played a scramble against you, Taylor Funk, let's ask T-Sack and Breon, do you think we could beat them?
Can I play from the ladies' tees?
Yeah, I think so.
So
of course.
Wait,
yeah.
What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
He said I could. He said
So,
I could
I
play
was
from the
gonna
ladies'
say,
tees.
T-Sack, what do you say?
Oh, hands down, heck yeah.
He's in Carlton
Okay,
Woods
so
too,
I
so we
want
can
you to
do
know
this.
because I'm trying to pick a fight here. I know that. So you think he's better than Taylor Gooch, or you think Taylor Gooch is better than him? They were telling me if I have them two scrambling, we couldn't beat Taylor Gooch. I'm like, come on, he's like we could because we got hurt the ladies' tees, and they can both putt better than me. So he's not that many shots around better than me.
I mean, you're gonna have to shoot in the mid-60s with the scramble, so I think you can do it.
I think we can do it. See, exactly. Another educated golfer, we could beat him.
So Taylor,
I'm just laughing at the fact we got T-Sack, T-Gooch. I mean, we got
Yes.
Oh,
we have a lot of
Taylors
Taylors going around
with some interesting last characters.
Yes, for real.
Watch it.
Yes.
I don't. He was at Oklahoma State. Were you there? He's probably 14, 15.
He was a senior my freshman year.
He's a year older, maybe a year or two older than me. I think he's 29 or 30.
Okay, well, listen.
I got there in 14.
When I was a fifth-year senior and he was in 8th grade, so 6 years. That's about.
Stop. So look, Taylor, thank you again for joining us. Well, I'm gonna DM you the information. You'll have all the pod, or I'll share it with T-Sack so you can have it. And we should set up that match. Both JJ and I are here in Houston, so we'd love to play with you, and we can fly T-Sack down so we can get this match together. We can get some good content out of it. So
are you coming down?
Wait, JJ, Taylor, say something.
I had a YouTube vlog for a little bit. Maybe we can create a little scramble vlog, compete with Barstool somehow.
I see you're into art too, or photography. I need some, obviously some decorations, some paintings, art.
He's not taking photos of you. Stop.
I want myself all over my wall. Hey, well, look, that place trophy here, isn't it?
I got into that stuff as a hobby, and now I'm kind of learning guitar. So those are my two little hobbies: photography, Photoshop, guitar. So,
well, that's
instead of training with Navy SEALs and diving into ships,
you're painting pictures while Tiger's out there trying to kill people in his free time.
Exactly. Yeah, a little different.
Well, that's been
yeah, we can
episode
put him on the
40.
focus band too. and he
JJ,
can work on
I
his
am
mental
closing.
game.
I am closing this out.
I'm not
JJ,
letting it
shut
go.
up.
I got 30 more minutes. So
That has been episode 40 of the Golf Performance Group podcast. We appreciate you all listening. If you like what you heard, follow us at golf_pod. You can also follow JJ at Golf Performance Group or JJ Wood Golf. You can follow Taylor at Taylor Cusack. You can follow me at Lebronald Palmer. Thank you again for listening, and thank you for joining us, Taylor. We're out.